Hi, this video is on 6-3 stacking, 5-4 stacking, and center well stacking in general, but before I start, according to YouTube statistics, nobody is subscribed to my channel, so if you end up liking this video, consider being my first. It's free and you can always subscribe. Enjoy the video. So to start off, the reason why this isn't called anything like 75 stacking is because in the name 6-3 stack, the 6 refers to the 6 columns from the left side and the 3 refers to the 3 columns from the right side. So if you had something like a 7-2 stack, you'd have 7 columns from the left side and 2 columns from the right. If you had a 2-7 stack, you would have 2 columns from the left side and then 7 columns from the right. And that's why we call it a 9-0 stack, which is the one you should be familiar with. You have 9 columns from the left side and 0 columns from the right side because that's where the well is. I think it's pretty commonly agreed that the best wells for stacking in versus Tetris are 6-3 or 5-4 because they allow for easy T-spin setups. Now I won't be getting into T-spin setups yet, but here's how you can center well stack for sprint. So starting off with the right side of our stack, you just have to think back to the stacking patterns episode where we looked at the 3x4 boxes, and honestly, it really just is a bunch of 3x4 boxes. So this here is a 3x4 box, this here is going to be another 3x4 box, this here is going to be another 3x4 box, and it just continues. So the right side is really simple. I'm also going to add on some 3x4 boxes that you might not know already. So this is the first one, and this is the second one. So JJO or LLO will also create a 3x4 box. Now building the left side is a lot more difficult and it really just is a bunch of look ahead, but I'll try my best to give you some pointers so you can get through this. First things first, the right side is always going to be a combination of J, L, Z, S, or O. And so the only pieces that I didn't mention were the T and the I piece. And so those pieces are always going to be on the left side column. But if you do accidentally put a T on that other side, you need to make sure that you have a second T to put on that side in order to keep on doing the 3x4 patterns. You won't be able to do 3x4 patterns if you only have one T on the other side. So stick with an even number of Ts. The second thing to keep in mind is that the hardest pieces to place are definitely going to be those S and Z pieces, so make sure that you always have a place to put them, and really pay attention to especially those pieces in the queue. These are some patterns to get rid of the S and Z pieces, and most of these will just be refreshers. This first one is the most important one. If you have any part of your stack that is of a T shape, this essentially is a stair that's coming from the left side and the right side, so it can fit the S and the Z piece on the back of it. Similarly, if you have any part of your stack that has a T-shaped hole, you can think of it the same way. One of the stairs goes up to the right, one of the stairs goes up to the left, so you can lodge both of them onto it. The second pattern is when there are stairs that are 2 blocks apart, and you can go like this, and when they are together, you can do this. Next, if you have flat ground but there's a hole inside, you can use the S and Z piece like this. And finally, if you have one stair that has nothing next to it, you can lodge them onto each other like this. All these patterns will be extremely useful for dealing with these S and Z pieces. This is another method you can try to do 6-3 with. So what we're going to do is we're going to sort each column into different groups. The first 4 columns we're going to use the T, S, and Z piece. The right 3 columns we're just going to make the 3x4 boxes. And the middle 2 columns we just use the linear pieces, which are the I, O, J, L, and we just create 2x boxes with them. So it looks something a bit like this. And yeah, you get the point, it just continues. To be honest, I'm not sure why I haven't seen many people main this, but it works, so if you want to use it, it works. And in my opinion, this is the best opener for 6-3, and inside of that 5th column, we're just going to put the second eyepiece. With 5-4 stacking, it's a lot less systematic. As you can see in my stack, any piece can literally go anywhere, but here are my tips to try and help you. Firstly, remember those 3x4 boxes? Well, get ready for Harry Houdini. 4x3 box. It's the exact same thing. So on the 4 side, remember your 4-3 boxes. Also, the SC patterns that we use in 6-3 stacking are also applicable on the 4 column. Secondly, it's only okay for one side of your stack to be spiky. If both sides are spiky, you dead. Unlucky, go next. Thirdly, getting rid of a spiky stack should be in the same tier of dependencies in that you need to get rid of them as soon as possible. So here's an I dependency, and here we're fixing a spike. I don't want to see any shenanigans done until those 2 conditions are met. And here we're pretty much finished, so thanks for watching. Thank you, bye bye.